What's up, everyone? Ken Christopher here, and today we are trying another mystery box. So last week you saw how I discovered how to make garlic knots, and that was a lot of fun and we really enjoyed it. And this week we're about to find out what we're cooking today. So in 1, 2, and 3, oh boy, it looks like we have garlic chickpea pasta. Okay, so to make this, we're gonna need 12 ounces of uncooked penne pasta, and we have it right here. We have some Christopher Ranch garlic. We're gonna mince that up. We're gonna need red pepper flakes, 2 teaspoons of olive oil, 1 can of garbanzo beans, 2 medium tomatoes. We're gonna slice them into 1.5-inch pieces, 1 package of spinach, some salt, and some grated Parmesan cheese. So let's go ahead and try to make this delicious recipe. So first, we're gonna take our pasta and we're gonna add it to our pot. And let's go ahead and add some water, like so. And once full, we're gonna go ahead, let it finish, and we're gonna take our water and set it to boil, like so. So once the water's boiling, oh, and be sure to add a little bit of salt, it speeds up the process. We're gonna take our penne pasta and add it in for about 6 to 8 minutes until al dente, or, perfectly cooked, whatever that means. Let's go ahead and take our California heirloom garlic, Christopher Ranch, of course, and we're gonna add it into our food processor. And in no time at all, we're gonna take garlic cloves and turn it into 1, 2, 3 minced garlic. Just like this. And we're gonna open our chickpeas. So I can't say I've ever used a can opener before, but we are gonna try for the first time today. I imagine this goes here, and we twist, and I think we have progress. All right, we're doing it. There's a lot of liquid, but okay. Garbanzo beans are opened. Medium tomatoes. Okay, so we're gonna take our tomatoes and we're gonna cut them into 1/2-inch pieces. So let's go ahead and take a knife. Maybe not that knife. Let's go ahead and take this knife. And let's go ahead. Well, I think we removed this part first, right? Yeah. So let's go ahead and make small pieces of tomato. So that's a little larger than 1/2 inch. So let's go ahead and cut that in half. All right, I think we have progress. Okay, and let's finish this tomato. And once again, let's take our 1/2 by 1/2 until we have approximately 1/2-inch cut tomatoes. Now, our water is just about at boiling, so let's go ahead and take our pasta. So we're gonna cook for 12 minutes. So let's take our pasta and go ahead and add it to our boiling water. So at this point, I'm a little bit lost in this whole cooking equation, so I'm gonna need a little bit of a hint. Okay, so we're gonna take our liquidy garbanzo beans and we're gonna drain them. And we're gonna do that using this, I think. So let's go ahead, turn our attention back to our sink. And we're gonna, there we go. Huh. Not so hard. Okay, so we have our penne pasta going. We have our ingredients mostly prepared. So what I think we have to do is turn our attention to a pan, and we're going to saute all of our ingredients together So let's start with the garbanzo beans. I'm gonna have to ask producer for another help. Okay, so we're gonna take oil and add it to the pan first to help with cooking. Just like that. Okay, so first things first, let's go ahead, take our spinach, and let's go ahead and add it to our pot, or our skillet. And we're gonna use all of it, because it's gonna shrink down, and when you hear that sizzle and that snap, it's exactly what we want to hear. Next up, let's take our tomatoes and add it to the spinach. Okay, then we're going to take our freshly drained garbanzo beans and we are going to add it to our tomatoes and spinach. Then we can turn our attention to our freshly minced garlic. And we're not going to want to cook this long or hot because we don't want to burn the garlic. We want to keep all the flavor intact. So we want to make sure that we have the spinach, the garbanzo beans, the tomatoes all going first, and we add the garlic last. Let's go ahead, add our garlic. And gently stir our ingredients. And you cannot believe how sensational this smell is. So sight unseen, making something I've never made before, and yeah, I'm getting pretty excited. Wow, that spinach really did shrink really fast. In the meantime, let's go ahead and add some red pepper flakes, giving it a little bit of heat. Well, we can do more than that. There we go. So, now that our penne pasta has cooked for 12 minutes, we're going to go ahead, take this off heat, and strain our pasta so we just have the noodles. We're going to do it over the sink to not make a mess. It's a lot of steam. And we're going to shake away the water. Oh, that's a fun noise. Then we're going to take our delicious produce combination that we made earlier, the chickpeas, the garlic, the tomatoes, and we're gonna add it in. And last but not least, let's not forget our grated Parmesan cheese that we're going to, I guess, just apply like that. Okay, and let's combine our flavors and we're gonna see what we got. Oh, okay, a little clumsy on my end. But I think we may or may not have just successfully created a delicious garlic pasta dish from scratch with no prompt in a mystery box. And that makes me so excited because that tells me that, yes, just by adding garlic, you can make the most sensational thing even when you don't know what you're doing. So that's certainly our case here today. So here is my interpretation of what the ingredients called for and what the recipe called for. To me, it looks absolutely perfect. Maybe not quite as perfect as the photo, but I can say without knowing what I'm doing and just doing the best I can, I think we did a pretty good job. So let's just see how we did. Plenty of spinach, plenty of garlic, garbanzo bean. All right, pasta for the win. We did it. So thank you guys so much for supporting American garlic farmers. Thank you so much for following us along. Thank you for having a couple of laughs and learning about cooking with me. And as always, go garlic.